Welcome back to the Chandler's Channel. I'm Tracy with your intuitive weekly vlog, which is our Ask Tracy episode number 6. So welcome for that, guys. I have 2 subscribers' questions I'm going to answer. If you do not hear yours answered here, I'm sorry. I can only do 2. I wish I could do everybody's, but that would take up a lot of time. But listen in on these questions because you never know what answers to your own questions will be answered through these questions. Okay, so let's start. So our first question comes from Maria Lourdes, and her question is, what the rest of 2014 holds for her and what can I do better? Thank you, Tracy and Whitehawk. Okay, well, the first thing I notice is that JC is here, so let's go get Whitehawk and see what manifests from here. Indeed, little one. Good morning to you from where we are to where you are, child. How are you? Oh, I know you are tired. You are fatigued. I have heard your cries of despair and for help, child. And know that we have walked through every inch of this mile with you. And so if you're wondering why Jesus arrived, it was simply to let you know that he too has been here on your journey, and to not feel that you have been forsaken, for indeed you far from have. Now, Maria, the biggest thing for you in the upcoming months is the next few weeks for you to get through. That is where the bad news lay. It lay in the fact that there's still a bit of clearing and debris and obstacles for you to get over. But after that, child, it is very much clear sailing. So what I want you to know, child, that as you walk through these next 3 weeks, we are with you. And you need only take one step at a time, child. And if you wish not to come out of the so-called closet yet, then do not come out of the so-called closet yet, child. You must do it when the time is most appropriate for you and you alone, for it will be you who will be shouldering the brunt of change, or the burden of change. And when he's saying this to you, I notice that you are so he's walking with you, and you're in a white cotton nightgown. And, you know, you can see that you're tired, not full of an amazing amount of energy or anything. And, yeah, you're kind of not well. And Whitehawk sits down with you on a bench, and you continue talking, and as you're talking, he strokes your hair or your forehead fondly, as a parent would do to their child. And you continue to talk, and you're talking to him, and you're saying, Father, I do not understand why this change had to come as such a burden for some, and for others not at all. There was no burden at all. And for me to have to shoulder the most of the blame has been devastating, and I just feel a huge wash of sadness overcome me as you're saying that. And Whitehawk says, yes, child, it was not for you to shoulder the full amount of the blame or burden, but here we are, and this is what has come out to play. And so, my child, what you must do is you must rest. There is much rest that is needed in these next few weeks for you to make it through. You do not have to pretend to be a very, very strong woman, or a woman of steel, or a woman of iron in these next 3 weeks, for you have proven yourself over and over again, child. You simply need to rest and rebuild yourself for the following weeks after. And you're like, yeah, and you're kind of staring off into space, and you're listening, and all of a sudden you're tired. You feel that come down, almost like you haven't been able to come down. So now you finally feel that come down. And you turn over to your side and you fall asleep in Whitehawk's arms or lap, or however you want to say it, just as a child would in their parents' lap. And you rest. And I hear the song. And these are the words. It's, rest, little child, don't say a word. It's, Daddy won't buy you a mockingbird, but if you listen well like you do, you and I will be more than two. So that is the way it comes across to me. Rest, child. Rest. And on the other side of this is much abundance and goodness for you. God bless. Well, there you go, Maria. I hope that holds some words of wisdom or guidance for you, and or relevancy for you as well. Thank you for your question. All right, moving on to our second question, which comes from Multi-Ma. Let me just pull it up here. And the question is, I'm standing up for myself in ways I would never have before, using my wise head and knowing when someone is being mean, gossipy. In my case, first day at new job. Vile bosses, low vibration, couldn't go back, but it's relentless. These people keep on coming. I'm so tired. I'm so ill physically from not being settled. Hormones waking, Lord knows what else. If you have anything to say about this, I would be so grateful. All right, sorry. That's just the come down. Either it's about going into your reading or it's from the previous reading and the come down still happening. Okay, let's go get Whitehawk and see what he has to say. Indeed, little one. How are you? Nice to make your acquaintance, as he puts his hand out to shake yours, little one. Yes, so good to make your acquaintance, child. I am glad you have arrived here with such a very good question, a question that many can learn from. So for you, child, the biggest thing is to keep moving in the direction you are moving. You have made many wise choices by moving along, away from these vile people and vile places, as you put it, low vibration. And in noticing this and in knowing this, it is in regards, you realize that this is no longer the type of person or places or things you want in your life. And so you ask, how does one stop meeting up with these type people, places, and things? And the answer is written exactly as you said. That you do not want them into your life. So when one puts that forth into the universe, child, then that is what returns, much like, indeed, yes, a boomerang. So if you write down or verbally say, but it must be done something into the physical. So if you verbally say, I do not wish to work in a place with, name the attributes, name the characteristics, or write it down. This is a place I prefer would prefer to work at, and write down the attributes and characteristics of the people, perhaps even the energy surrounding you when you walk in, and give it up. Give it up to God. And see what transpires for you. But you must let go of the control and stop trying to control it, my child. And in order for things to manifest in one's life, one cannot stand where they were before and watch for them or wait for them to come to them. They must make the forward movement and take the steps necessary towards that change. So whether it be you step left instead of right, or even step back instead of forward, you are creating a change of vibration, a change of energy, which then will create the energy in your universe to switch and to change and to shift and to move. Do you understand, child? Yes. So whether if the change comes from, changing the time you get up at, the time you go to bed at, changing your clothes, changing your hair, shifting your weight, to many other things, there must be a physical change that you begin. And as you create the energy of change, then more change will occur. And the things in which you want will come towards you and transpire as you are going out to meet them. Do you understand, child? Yes. So, many lessons have been learned from the past in your jobs and perhaps have not been seen as blessings in the past. But perhaps it is now to take the time to say thank you. Thank you, Lord, for teaching me these lessons. So now I know what it is that I don't want and know what it is that I do want. Understand, child? Yes. And I see you kind of went like this too. Yes. Thank you. And God bless. Oh, child, you say to him, and he says, oh, child, you are more than worthy of a hug and a kiss from us. And he goes and he gives you this big hug, joyful, friendly hug. And he says, as he pulls away from you, he says, you are going to be okay, child. You will make it. For once you create the changes in your outer world, your inner world will begin to settle as well. And vice versa. When you start to make the changes on the inner world, such as putting into the universe what good we want and what bad we don't want, then our outer universe, our outer world, changes as well. N'est-ce pas? Is that not so? In other words, he's saying. So be blessed, child, as you awaken to the new dawn in your life and understand how manifestation really can take place and occur in our life. Oh, you may be a little grumpy, he says, through it all. But then one day you will wake up to a new dawn and you will not even remember the cobwebs and the weight and the burdens you had upon you. You will feel light, you will feel airy, and you will be in a new dawn of your life. God bless, child. God bless. God bless, children, for your questions here today. Thank you, Whitehawk. Well, there you go. Those are two very good questions, and I hope that you find peace and guidance in that for you. All right, guys, you're always welcome to give me feedback on these questions. I love hearing from you guys, and testimonials are welcome as well. I'm always looking for testimonials to put on my website. I don't have to put your full name. I can just put an initial and a last name or just your first name. And so just thought I'd put that out there because I did do a reading for you as well. All right, we'll see you on Thursday for our intuitive weekly reading. Have a listen to the October 2014 monthly reading. It's going to be a good month, a month of seeing a clear path. Always grateful for being here, and we'll see you next time. God bless. I'm Tracy for a Channelers Channel. And give me a thumbs up if you found this of value.